It's the Gear Tester here, and this is going to be an impromptu chop test of the Gransfors Bruks small forest axe. If you've been following my channel, if you're a subscriber or a regular viewer, you'll know that I got this a number of months ago and have been using it and enjoying the qualities and the features that this excellent tool has. The Gransfors Bruks small forest axe is great because it can be used in one-handed, but it also has enough of a handle that you can get a nice two-handed grip on it. Of course, being careful to not chop your legs if you miss what you're hitting at or cut straight through it. But I'm going to chop through this. This is a dead tree. You guys can see it right there. I've got my Benchmade griptilian. That's a full-size griptilian there to give you some idea of the size of this tree. I'm going to call it 4 inches across. It might be a little bit more than that. The blade on the Benchmade griptilian is 3.5 inches. The handle's a little bit more than that, so it gives you kind of an idea there of the size. Warning, this video will contain snorting. Something like that. I'm suffering from allergies. Deal with it. So we'll get to doing some chopping here now. Keep in mind, this tree has been dead for a while, although it's dead standing, and it's not completely rotten either. So, I really like the fact that I can choke up and use both hands on this, making it an exceptional tool. I think that this size of a tree is probably this size and smaller is optimal for this tool. Will it chop bigger stuff? You better believe this will chop bigger stuff. But this is kind of the size. 4, 5, 6 inches is probably the maximum size that I would want it chopping. Again, this is a relatively small tree, not very tall, and it's been dead. So I know that I'm not chopping this perfectly with different kinds of cuts that will allow me to control where it's going to fall. But that's okay, because I'm strong enough, because it's small enough that I can probably almost push it over right now. Woo! There we go. So there is the Benchmade griptilian there on the tree stump, and the Gransfors Bruks small forest axe in the background. You can see here that this was probably more like a 5-inch, maybe 5.5 inch, 6-inch tree. Maybe not 6-inch, but closer to 6 inches than 4 inches. You can see there, this is a 3-inch cutting surface there. So if we move that to there, it's pretty close to around 5.5 inches. So there you go. I think it took me a lot less than 3 minutes to do that. I know it took me less than 3 minutes to do that. So there you go. Again, it's a dead tree. Is this how this Gransfors Bruks small forest axe is going to operate in every situation? Probably not. If it was a live tree, we might cut faster, we might cut slower, depending on the kind of wood, pine or some kind of hardwood or something like that. But it gives you a little idea of how well the Gransfors Bruks small forest axe works. One thing you might want to keep in mind too is I've been push mowing for the better part of 2 hours today, and I just stopped push mowing and doing some spraying of Roundup in my yard, and then I just came and chopped this. So I'm not fresh. I've been doing a lot of work. So that would give you kind of an idea how I would operate and how you might operate in a stressful situation where you're trying to build shelter or start a fire, in a wilderness situation, a survival situation, and you have the Gransfors Bruks small forest axe to help you. Thanks very much for your views and your subscriptions. My goal is to produce quality video reviews of shooting, camping, and survival gear. This is the Gear Tester signing off. It's the Gear Tester here, and this is going to be an impromptu chop test of the Gransfors Bruks small forest axe. If you've been following my channel, if you're a subscriber or a regular viewer, you'll know that I got this a number of months ago and have been using it and enjoying the qualities and the features that this excellent tool has. The Gransfors Bruks small forest axe is great because it can be used in one hand, but it also has enough of a handle that you can get a nice two-handed grip on it